Still true there. 45 is still true there.
Do you use this or throw out?
I think we'll probably throw them away.
Okay.
It seems a bit mottainai, but
Yeah.
anyway, let's put them in the bag and put them aside. Hi everybody, welcome back. We've got a lot of tasks going on today. Aimi's up here, my wife, helping me today, and she's got a lot of little things that she wants to get done, which are cleanup and organization. But also she's going to help me lift some of the logs up from the landing platform to the bird's nest working area. Also, we're going to try and get started on planing some of the beams that we will need for the upper plate. Another task that I'm involved in today is making a template for the scarf joint that will attach the two beams that will make up that upper plate. I've never done this before. It's pretty complicated. If you're new to the channel, you'll know that I'm not a carpenter. I'm a DIYer, and you know, as my wife and I build this house on this mountain slope here in Shimoda, we have to learn pretty much everything from scratch because we've never done it before. So this scarf joint I'm really excited about it. I've never done it before. It looks really interesting. It looks like real carpentry, you know, and so we'll get into it. You have to make a bunch of cake, so this has to be repaired. You want to repair it for me? Now that I have the template cut, I want to check the size of it in my SketchUp model and check the orientation, make sure everything fits properly. But of course, the most important thing for a scarf joint is where I'm going to have the scarf joint on the beam itself. In my SketchUp model, my beams are one continuous length, about 8 meters long. But of course, it's going to be two lengths of timber joined by the scarf joint. So the location of that scarf joint, particularly in relationship to the post that the plate sits on top of, is really key. Now, if I have the joint to the left of the post, as you see in the drawing, the front plate becomes a little bit too long. And therefore the two plates, the length of the two plates is kind of unequal, and I don't really want to do that for a number of reasons. So I think I'm going to move the joint to the right of the post and kind of even out the length of the two joined timbers. I'm also going to change the orientation of the scarf joint. Right now it's upside down in my view, so I'm going to flip it around so that the scarf joint, the bottom part of the scarf joint, sits over top of the post. Now in the book that I'm using, there are actually 3 different locations for the scarf joint. There's a location over the post and there's a location beside the post. Now that, according to the book, that depends on whether or not you're using wedges or whether or not there is a tenon coming up into the scarf joint. Well, in my particular build, I have both wedges I'm using and there's a tenon coming up from the post. So it's pretty busy right at that post location. So I do not want to have the scarf joint sitting directly on top of the post. One final bit of planning that I have is the cut list for this particular scarf joint. So I've planned out my cut sequence here, and I don't know if I have to follow it particularly, but I want to have a plan anyway so that I don't go screwing up any cuts and having to throw away wood. I'm planning on doing my 2 45-degree angle cuts first, then my long cut through the length of the timber, and then finally the kind of like the open mortise, point number 5 in this drawing. Okay, we got a little bit of misalignment. We got some mistakes, some overcuts in the template itself. Have to be very careful about that. We got some blowout on the opposite side of the template. That's fine. Actually, this isn't a template. This is a test model. And let's just check this way. Okay. Like that. Boom. And it locks it together. stay away from those guys. Right up there. That should be exactly it. There. I think that's it. This is the This is supposed to be a straight line. So I really buggered this one up yesterday. My very first real scarf joint, and it's trash. I was thinking through the night, how could I fix it? Could I carve out something, glue in something, replane it? No. Here's one benefit of having extra long pieces of lumber. I'm just going to whack this off right here and start again. I've got enough goodness left in the length that I can still do it, still make this usable. This piece of 6x6 is not wasted. Okay. Cut off this. And we're done. Yeah. More tear out. A big chunk. know, it's easy enough to fix tear out. I know how to fix tear out. I just don't know how to fix it and continue working. Now I've got to wait, you know, till tomorrow anyway to work on this piece. Might as well have lunch. I am running out of storage space for my glue-ups. My repair jobs. But the interesting thing is I've already finished 3 now. Only 1 more and I've got 2 of my bents basically, no, I shouldn't say done, started. And I can start fitting them together. I'll have to figure out how because they're both pretty long. I can't take them up because I got to bring them back down here to store for another couple of weeks anyway. Anyway, we'll figure it out. We're making progress. This is the best I can do. So I've finished 4 of the scarf joints, and 2 of them, actually, is it 2 only? Yeah, only 2 of them are still in the glue bonding, fix the mistake, fix the tear out process. Honestly, I'm surprised at how quickly all this went. Once I learned how to cut through the long length of it using the circular saw for 2 passes on top and bottom, and then using the hand saw to cut out the middle. Once I learned how to do that efficiently, it took like 30 seconds. Before it was taking me 10 minutes. So anyway, too much talking. Let's move on. And last night I discovered that yes, I have to remove this little tongue of wood here. And so I'm going to do that to all 4 of these scarf joints right now and get them cleaned up to their final pre-fitting stage, and then we fit them. Okay, I think we can safely say that's as level as it's got to be. Huge gaps, huge gaps. Did I say this was my first effort? We've got to take down, so it looks like the template is giving me a bit of a cheek, a bit of a bulge here on both. It's happening on both beams. So I think I got to take the template down a hair right at this point. Okay. That's not moving them at all. Straps. Well, we are definitely squeezing the air out of that one. This one over here is still looking a bit iffy. this corner down just a hair. Let's take that corner down just a hair. It'll slide together another 1/8 of an inch. I just screwed up in a major fashion. I was gonna just take a kerf's width off, and I came at the wood from the wrong side. Oh man. Oh man. I don't know how to fix this. I think I have enough length left still to just cut off that whole bit and start again. I just ran the tape measure, and if I cut it off, this piece is now too short. I mean, luckily it's a 6x6, 150 by 150, and I have a dozen more of them. Most of them are accounted for, but they're easy enough to replace. Just pop down to the Sawyer and no problem. I think I'm gonna cut this off, call it a short extra, stick it in the inventory, grab a new one. That means plane it all from the beginning, relay out the lines, and recut the scarf joint. Okay, all done. It's taken about 2 hours to get halfway back to where I was this morning. So, note to self, if you want to make good time, don't make mistakes. Anyway, it's a cloudy day. It's going to be raining all day tomorrow, and it's almost 4 o'clock now. So clean up time, come back on Saturday, continue working on this, and make some progress. Thanks for hanging around, everybody.